Well, welcome. If you're watching this right now, then you are seeing the behind the scenes to Legends. And we're just kind of, well, we're not really doing anything at all. That's the problem, is that we're all waiting and, all right, I shouldn't have outbursted on you like that. I hope you enjoy this, because I definitely did. Now I'm gonna go.
Here we go. And action. Legends is basically about a writer who it takes place in reality, so it doesn't take place in a fantasy world of the Friday the 13th franchise. It takes place in reality about a writer who's trying to come up with his character, the best villain he possibly come up with. But every time he does, it mirrors Freddy or Jason or Pinhead or Leatherface or So he's a very frustrated person, and basically his sister knows that she's going camping with her boyfriend. He invites him along and takes him a little convincing, but eventually he goes, and she thinks that the outdoors will do good for him and hopefully open his mind to maybe the possibility of him creating his own killer, his own monster.
Michael was a very complex character. He definitely needed a woman or something in the movie, a little humor. But he was a very complex character. He was very, very deep. He was kind of frustrated throughout the whole entire movie trying to come up with something. So it was hard to play him because a lot of times, I was just quiet and I was sitting there trying to contemplate on how to act, how to try to be Michael better, and everybody around me's making jokes and farting around and doing all kinds of stuff. So I wanted to join in with them and I couldn't because I had to be Michael. So he was a complex character.
Just $300.
$300? Now I know you need to get your head examined.
Please, I got him.
Sis, you didn't have to do that for me.
Lori she's supposedly the little sister, but she kind of takes control, you know how us women are. But she does kind of take control over her brother and just, letting him know that she wants to see him accomplish a lot in his life. So they're a power struggle. So they're just battling back and forth, battling.
It's boring to you, but you have to realize that when we edit it, we're going to add the background of the movie. There's going to be ambient sound that you're not hearing now. So don't go by what you hear, just go by what we know. I've never been into horror at all. As a matter of fact, I'm scared of these type of movies. So it was a new experience to do something completely out of my skin. But overall, it was a wonderful, enjoyable experience.
Does this lodge have girls? Females?
Because you didn't bring any fruitcakes on the trip.
Man, this is me you talking to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? What kind of friend would you think I am? You think I let my two boys down?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was a challenge, actually, being the actor, the cinematographer, and also being Freddy. Reason being is because wearing so many hats, you can only be in so many places at one time. So being the actor, you cannot be the cameraman also too. So I would have to change my way of thinking for each role that I had to do. There were certain days where I was just a cinematographer, where I had to only think like a cinematographer. There are certain days where I was just only Freddy, where I could not worry about the camera angles or how the character of John was acting. I had to only think just Freddy. The challenging part, again, was to make sure that I kept true to each role that I was in. It was very challenging for it being my first project, having so many hats, but I think I did pretty well.
The relationship between Rick and Nick is almost the exact same relationship between Obi and Little Sean. In real life, We do the radio show together, and we both play off of each other. We're a good team because we're both jokesters, and it's kind of hard to take us seriously. So Rick and Nick, it's almost the same thing.
I felt more comfortable to work with him, somebody that I know, and I always feed off of him every day. You know, we bounce back and forth on the radio show, so I know when he's gonna finish what he's saying, and I can jump in with something, or if he's not gonna say that right, and I gotta bail him out, or if he's gotta bail me out, so it's the chemistry is just lovely between me and Obi all the time. Doesn't matter where it is. We could be in the supermarket, not filming, not even on the radio, but we still know what the other one's thinking sometimes.
Hold the phone! We have a bar! Yo, check if there's liquor.
Yo, my uncle might have those kind of empty, dog. Oh. Don't make a mess, man.
We hit paint! Oh! Wait, you have liquor?
Yes, lots of it.
Good! Look! A TV.
Game time, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hello? We're not here to watch football. We're here to enjoy nature.
We'll enjoy nature once the females arrive.
The costumes were bought online. Freddy's costume was bought from the guy who created Freddy, the very first Nightmare on Elm Street. He has a website, davemiller.com. And Jason's costume was bought from a company called Bump in the Night Productions, who made the best. I mean, there was a lot of Jason costumes out there, but a lot of them you can tell they were just for costumes for Halloween. And Bump in the Night is a they're very Hollywood style. Their costumes are very Hollywood style. And they had this awesome Jason costume from Jason from Part 7.
It's really important to us that whenever you put on the Jason suit, that you stay in character even when you're not working. What we would like to achieve is for the entire cast to be intimidated by you even when you're not really working.
Jason was the first role that I did, I mean, with prosthetics and everything, from head to toe. And interesting. Would I do it again? I don't know. I mean, the suit, from here down, fine, I can do that all day and night. But that mask, baby, oh gosh, I'm crying about it now, man. It was nice, man. It was good because it worked out, because when we shot, it was cold, and I kept warm because they say if you keep the neck part warm, everything else will be warm, man. So I was fine with it, but what I liked it. It was cool. It was cool.
This can't be. This can't be. You're not real. You're not real!
The special effects was pulled off with imagination. We don't have the CG capabilities of big budget movies or animatronics that most big budgets have. So it became to try to create stuff with camera tricks and just good old-fashioned creating the effect on the set. If it was a blood effect or something else. A lot of the other effects, we have some makeup effects, which actually I knew from putting a lot of makeup on people every Halloween. So I knew how to create burns. So turning Jennifer into Freddy at the end was very simplistic. A lot of latex and coloring. And then you had a little bit more complicated effects, which was the stab one, the bat especially, which I knew was going to be the kicker, so to speak. Jackie's death scene up against the plain glass. That was shot in 2 parts, actually. That was shot the first half on the set using a broken machete to have it right up against her and the blood gushing out of a wound that we created on the set. Then we had a second half of the shot that was actually shot at my house that had the machete cutting through a fake glass plane.
Prior to the death scene, I had to get the makeup done, and Jerry did an awesome job. It took about an hour and a half, and what he did, he just laid me on the bench and said, you know, close your eyes, I'm gonna get all this done for you. So he went ahead and put latex, makeup, made me stand outside, lay there while everybody else is inside eating, drinking, having a good time. But the results afterwards was awesome. He let me see it in the mirror, and it was awesome. I couldn't even believe it. That's the way it looked. And then as far as the death scene, I mean, my parents were more terrified. My mom didn't even want to see it, and she still hasn't. I think it's pretty cool for me. I mean, I think that's awesome how we portrayed everything, got the actual scene done. It was more believable than I would have thought it would come out.
Actually, the whole process went by. I laid down on the table. Jerry actually cut a cardboard piece out of the cooler, which would only fit my head. When I first stuck my head in there, it didn't fit. So we had to cut a bigger hole actually, which actually almost cut half of the cooler out. And then once I put my head into it, we had to glue that piece of the cooler back together so that way it looks like a regular sized cooler, like none of the pieces have been cut out. I had to wear a black shirt, which wasn't keeping me warm at all. Along with that, when it was time for shooting, they put ice on me all around my head, put the blood on top of there, and I was sitting in between takes. I was probably sitting only about maybe no more than maybe 2 or 3 minutes, but those 2 and 3 minutes were the longest 3 minutes of my life, let me tell you.
Because my intention, my first reaction would be like, explain.
No, but it has to be, if you're gonna do that, you gotta do it simultaneously.
Yeah.
Go. Do it. One.
How about this?
It has to be simultaneously.
The death scene is pretty cool, man. I mean, I got some blood smeared all over myself. I'm actually the only hero that got to hit Mr. Jason there. And I loved it, man. You know, except for the cold floor. You know, all that stuff. Everything was great, man.
The day of the death scene, it was freezing that day, wasn't it? It was probably about 40 degrees outside. It was really cold. I remember the death scene specifically just because that was the day that we ran out of, I ran out of my voice. So it was hard to be, and nothing coming out. And the blood was really cold too. The blood was really cold all down my back.
My death scene. That was fun. That was very, very fun with the blood and the taste of the blood. But it was fun. It was all a really, really fun experience, you know, being chased down with Jason. I just can picture myself really being in that situation. I would be, how I acted there, I'd be screaming my head off.
There was a core 3 people that were the main guys who would set up and break down, but we all wore hats realistically, because since we were such a small crew, it was basically if someone needed to bring a cable over here, or bring the monitor over here, or bring the light over here. We all did it. I did it. Willie did it, being the cinematographer. Neil did it, being the producer, and then I had Sal, who doubled as almost everything. My costume guy, my stunt guy. He was like my assistant. So. Like, you know, he's not ready to go yet. He wants to, he's still, you know, finally, still in the mood. He's still in the mood. He's still, you know, he's like, come on, we still got all this time. They're not going to get there until this afternoon.
I can go get it. Do you want me to be picking up all the everything?
She should be picking the stuff up and backing off, right? Get behind him.
Yeah, because I was saying, because certain lines I wanted to be more confrontational, so I'm gonna actually add a few little lines for him to be confrontational.
More confrontational with him.
Yeah.
But she should just kind of pack it up.
Yeah, because her last line is actually, you know, oh, we're sorry, we didn't know we're on the property. We'll get out of your way, and then you know she's grabbing him. How much did you pay for it?
$300. $300.
Yeah.
Now I know you need to get your head examined. You didn't have to do that for me, sis.
I know, but I just thought I'd get it for your collection. No, that's not right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what would be better would be you stand up. No, you stand up, and then when you touch your shoulder with your shoulder, and then you say, well, let's see how.
Use the touch to trigger the words.
Come on, move your ass, move your ass. Go on the back, go on the back. Go on the back.
Every time we go out, you do this. You get us lost every single time.
You've been going at this for 2 hours. Are you done?
No, I'm not. You said you know this place like the back of your hand.
Keep on done?
No, I'm not, because you said you know this place like the back of your hand.
Yeah, but you're gonna keep on bitching about it?
Yes, I am. Oh, wait. What was it?
Grabbing it. So that means I'm pro, right? Yeah.
This is Amy. She's our script supervisor. Hi. This is Jerry. He's the grumpy director.
Jerry, I need makeup. I need someone to take my jackets. There's not even catered food here yet.
Neil?
Willie?
Damn it, Willie, you're fired!
What's the matter, Jerry?
It's 3 o'clock in the morning. There's a train passing by, all right? And he is killing our sound. I am so pissed about that right now.
Yo, it's cold.
I agree.
But we can't complain because Willie had ice around his face.
Shit, I'll complain, Batman. I'm cold.
What's the temperature out here like?
It's like 40 degrees. It's May, I think, no, it's December 20th. Fuck May. December 20th, Skybound film. Things we do for Jerry. Jerry, damn it. You better remember this forever.
Nothing can top the experience that I had with Legends. The long hours and doing this over again, and that's what comes with being the lead character. But the experience that I have is going to take me a very, very long way, Lord willing.
I came out of the movie gaining experience as well as more respect for for actors, directors, and more respect for my peers, because they're my friends before we were each other's peers. But I came out with a lot. I mean, hungry, thirsty to do more, and can't wait till the next project.
The whole experience on this film, I would say was not only challenging, but also it was a learning experience too. So it was pretty fun. I'd do it again.
My experience shooting Legends, I mean, really awesome. Really, really, really awesome. This was the first time that we had ever taken the step from radio into doing something which was actually a little more visual. Actually, a lot more visual. And it's very addicting. After doing Legends, I mean, that's it. This is something that if these projects come along a lot more, I'm down. Sign me up.
This is my first time really working on a real film, on a set from beginning to end. From when you guys started writing it and you wanted our input, how to change some of the stuff around, or if it even made sense to, concluding the movie and, final, that's a wrap. I can't put it into words yet, man, but it felt good as hell.
I always thought it was a one, person thing. You do your role and then you get out of here. But, everybody has to work as a team to get everything together. So, that's the most important thing I learned.
The experience I had is just the closeness of a small set. A small theater, I do theater work too. Small theater, smaller the theater, the more together everybody is. That's what the way we were. Really, when it was over with, I was sad. I ain't gonna lie, I was sad.
The biggest success for Legends is that it finally is Legends. It's finally a movie. The biggest success for me was producing something with people that I love, with friends that I care about. Obi, Sean, those are all dear friends of mine. Proving so many people wrong about the format, about the way we do things, everything, the whole package. Sitting here talking to you is a big success because we wouldn't be doing this interview if we hadn't finished. So I would like to say that the success is that we fulfilled Jerry's dream, and in fulfilling Jerry's dream, I fulfilled many of my own. And I know for a fact from speaking to the actors that in fulfilling mine, they fulfilled theirs. And you can't beat that.
You guys actually did it perfect. You know, the characters came through exactly the way I portrayed. The characters came out exactly the way I wanted to see them on film. So far, what we have shown, as you all know, everybody likes. So hopefully, you know, from here on, it gets only better. So I really, really, really appreciate.
We want your production.